Hi, I'm LP Master 6, and welcome to Let's Play EarthBound Beginnings for the NES, or the Famicom, released in 1989, only in Japan. It finally got released in America in 2015 for the Wii U Virtual Console. And that is what we will be looking at now. Here's my nice Wii U screen. And here's the other screen, just for good measure. It shows you my first applications here. Oh, and here's the third screen. But we're going to be going back to the second screen because that houses... Oh, okay, well I can't press it from there. I'm not using an actual controller aside from the gamepad or a TV. I have headphones plugged into the gamepad and my recording software hooked up in my bedroom. Oh, listen to that gorgeous music. So this game was developed by Shikasato Itoi. Oh, as it says right there. And his company that Nintendo provided for him, Ape Incorporated, his development team. They haven't made that many games under the name Ape Incorporated, but we won't get too into that. Oh, yeah, and it was going to be localized in 1990. That's what this version is. It was almost finished, but it was never released because it was going to be too expensive to produce, and the NES was becoming dead thanks to the SNES coming out. So we never got to see the joy that is EarthBound separated. Now, we will start up a second file. I started up a practice file forever ago. I've been trying to record this for like a month almost. But, you know, having several dogs in the house and the acoustics in the living room being awful, I tried it once and it just didn't work out because of the stupid big old dogs coming in, and you hear their clomping footsteps and you hear the door over and over and the kitchen sounds and the laundry room. So, we're going to name our characters the default names, their official names. Also, if this sounds pretty rough, I'm doing this on a first take for the first time, and I swear to myself I'm not going to redo it like I always do to get it perfect, because it always ends up being worse later. And this last guy's name is Teddy. Favorite food, there is no official name for this, so we're going to put the LP Master 6 official favorite food. Chili! Sorry if I spoiled it there. And 10, Anna, Lloyd, Teddy, Chili, yes. In the early 1900s, a dark shadow covered a small country town in rural America. At that time, a young married couple vanished mysteriously from their home. The man's name was George. The woman's name was Maria. 2 years later, as suddenly as he had left, George returned. He never told anyone where he had been or what he had done. But he began an odd study all by himself. As for Maria, his wife, she never returned. 80 years have passed since then. And it throws us into an unrelated scenario. This is Nintendo, and we get to walk around. We get to run around if you hold down the B button. It's not actually running, it speeds up the game entirely. But I'm going to try not to give you too many tutorials. I'm going to assume you're hardcore EarthBound fans and you know everything already. So we try to leave our room and our lamp attacks us. And at the time, this was very refreshing because it was all things like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, all medieval classic RPGs. And this is the reason that I love the EarthBound series so much. I will tell you that this is my favorite series. If you've never seen me before, I'm LP Master 6, and I'm Let's Playing all Super Smash Bros. Related series in order of game release date. So far, including the Mario series, the Donkey Kong series, the Legend of Zelda series, the Metroid series, and now the EarthBound series, starting with EarthBound Beginnings. I won't spoil what my favorite game in the series is, but... So as you can see, something horrible is happening to the house. What does our sister have to say? I can't remember which one this is. Brother, I'm so scared. The lamp seems to be alive. This is my first non-Princess Peach voice acting in a series, so I apologize. Let's go through the battle screen. PSI, nope, nothing. Goods, cash card. I will not use that. It does nothing. Check gives you a little old rundown of the enemy. Auto lets it go automatically, which is faster, but it's not nearly as fun. Because this is the main gameplay here, aside from walking in an overworld. Guard, you take 50% of all numerical related damage, no matter what it is, and run, you run from the battle. So for now, all we can do is fight, since we have no psychic abilities yet. Aside from telepathy, but that is not a battle tactic. PP is our psychic power. It's not, see, they wanted to incorporate classic RPG elements, because Itoi was a big fan of Dragon Quest, or was it Dragon Warrior back then? I don't remember. They changed it all of a sudden. I've never played any of those games. I've played bits and pieces of a couple Final Fantasy games beginnings, and that's it. Oh my, brother, our house is falling apart! Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo is right. You don't have any concept of real estate. Help me! Mario! That was my somebody needing help impression. The doll is our first real boss battle. And just like all RPGs, it's pretty straightforward. This is so boring. I really want to do another take, but I'm not going to let myself do it. It is currently 7:47 p.m., August 24th, 2018. And I haven't recorded since my birthday, August 8th, so I'm 20 now. That's not as important as EarthBound related things right now. It is very early in the series. Ooh, a smash attack. That is a critical hit, as many games call it these days. And this is our first person perspective game of any kind, I think. There's a Donkey Kong 3 remake, sorta, made by a different company for PC that doesn't exist anymore, that I think has first person elements. Unless I'm making stuff up. I don't know. But we got a big old level up and everything's back to normal. I was scared to death! Oh wow! Check out what hidden... Inside the doll. Nintendo. I'm not going to read all the text. Basically, this is the purpose of the game, as I will show you here. State. There's our PSI abilities. If you click A here, you go to your different party members, but we only have the one. Spoilers, those other people we named are our party members. There's all our stats. And Melody down there at the bottom. There's 8 slots. We have 1 of them fulfilled, and we have no equipment. So what does our sister say now? Brother, here's some juice. You are thirsty, aren't you? If we talk to her again, brother, here's some juice. You are thirsty, aren't you? What does our other sister say now that we've rescued her? Brother, here's some juice. What did she say again? She gives us juice. Now, in my first take of this, forever ago... What? I'm sick of getting messages. Okay, so our mom's gonna block the door and not let us leave until we talk to her. Ninten, are you alright? Egad! What is happening to our house? Oh, the phone? You don't check the phone, you grab the phone, you talk to it. Basically, our dad is the phone, and he's having a stroke here because this string of sentences is the most awkward translation of anything I've ever seen. So our great-grandfather studied PSI. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, because it's really confusing. The story is kind of confusing because the text is very archaic. But it's still funny. The game is pretty funny. It's got great charm. That's what I like about it. It tries to have its own take on America from a Japanese perspective in the 80s. It's hilarious. Did I say it takes place in 1988 canonically? And now my mom moves. And... no, she just says the same thing. She doesn't heal us yet. But your mom heals you. Now what happens here? The door is locked. Do 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 do. That song is beautiful. I keep getting off track with my conversation. So I'm going to stop talking about the details of what's going on in the game. So yes, we get the basement key from the dog. I just said I was going to stop. This is where I stopped every other time because I think, well, what am I doing? I've never done a non-action game before. I've never done an RPG. It's hard to talk over text. I automatically want to focus on the text. Also, I tried using the basement key last time and then giving it to my sister, but you have to have the basement key every time you go into the basement. I mean, you only have to go in here once ever. And these are our newest enemies, rats. I love this because it's not dumb medieval enemies or magical enemies. It's just common things that are becoming evil for some reason, as we'll find out later. Oh, I was going to say in the second lamp fight that what I want to do is not talk about this game like you have played EarthBound, because that's how everybody does this game. They compare it to EarthBound. The one who lost the tail, the forgotten one, the ship that sails. Basically, I keep that on me for the whole game, but you don't have to, but I never remember when you have to use it. Also, we can get infinite orange juices, as I found out my first take in early August, that I destroyed. How do we still have space? Inventory space is the worst thing about this game. Orange juice doesn't recover that much. Bread is mostly used, if you hit use on the bread, it will drop breadcrumbs, and when you use the crumbs, or it will drop the bread and your item turns into breadcrumbs. When you use those, you warp back to where you started when you used the bread. So it's a temporary warp point. Now, since we had a hard time fighting that rat, we are going to eat chili! Well, I started playing my bass guitar and my guitar again, and for nobody who knows, I wrote a song about chili in high school, and it was all the rage. It's called My Chili. I still haven't recorded it yet. I made a demo one time and it was awful quality, so I gotta redo that. But my musician dreams are dead, so it doesn't matter. And you never use the basement key ever again because there's nothing in that basement except rats. And we're gonna go ahead and save because I'm not one of those paranoid people who's scared of their recording being lost. $52. The way you get money is enemies. I thought I wasn't going to explain the game, but I keep explaining it anyway. Did I use the plastic bat already and equip it? Because that's how you equip items. It's kind of dumb and confusing. You can never unequip something. You can just equip something over it. You can never have that slot empty again. But a lot of people say this game is too hard, and that's what keeps them from enjoying it. Classic joke that it's Nintendo's house and not his mom's house. His mom, in extended media, her name is Carol. Obviously a joke to Carol Brady. And she was made to look more like Carol Brady in the original Japanese version. But that was changed for copyright purposes. Many of the NPCs in this game were made to look like Peanuts characters, but that was altered for copyright reasons also. Specifically, Marcy and Pigpen were referenced.